It's been almost a decade since the first premium SUV coupe went on sale. Mercedes-Benz is the latest brand to join the trend with the new mid-sized GLC 250D.
That's right, Dave. The GLC joins the larger GLE Coupe as Mercedes' second vehicle of this type. And I must say, I'm a fan. So Dave, this car is all about design, and I just think it's such a beautiful looking car. I like how it's styled, it's got this athletic look, and it's pretty sporty.
Yeah, it is. Mercedes has put a real effort into giving this car a sporting bent, and as a result, every GLC Coupe has an AMG pack, part of Mercedes' performance arm. So as part of that, you get these great tough looking body kit, these 20-inch alloy wheels, a sport suspension pack, and on the inside you've got this flat bottom steering wheel with paddle shifters, some sport seats that really give the car quite a purposeful feel.
Yeah, the interior is beautiful as well. Everything is just so well finished. You've got real leather, high quality wood here, and it just looks really high end to me.
Yeah, I think Mercedes does a great job of finishing their cars.
So Dave, as much as I like the design, one thing is that it does seem to be limited visibility at the back.
Yeah, there really is. It's one of the disadvantages of a coupe style body shell. Not just a coupe SUV, but any car with that sort of sweeping fastback style roof, you're going to have restricted visibility over your shoulder. But luckily the GLC is loaded with plenty of driver aids that make that a bit easier. Of course, you've got blind spot monitoring systems, collision avoidance systems, pedestrian detection, all kinds of stuff that does make this a fairly safe car.
Yeah, you've got to admit, when it comes to safety, Mercedes really is at the forefront, and you've got such great safety features, and when you drive a car that doesn't have it, you really miss it. So having the blind spot monitoring, the lane assist, and even the pedestrian protection, I just think that that's a real plus for me.
The car really is loaded up with good features, and the model that we're driving now is the GLC 250D, which is the most powerful diesel model in the range. It sits fairly high in the GLC range, priced at just over $80,000 plus on-road costs. Now, this car has a lot of punch. The 2.2 litre diesel engine kicks out 150 kilowatts and 500 newton meters, which is plenty of grunt for a car of this size.
Yeah, how about I take it for a spin and I'll give you my verdict.
All right. So we've obviously got to put a fair bit of adjustment into the seats when we switch over here. What do you think of the controls for the seats being up on the door here? Do you like that?
I don't mind it. I'm used to it now. I've seen it a few times, but I quite like it. It's economically, it's actually quite good.
Yeah, it's convenient. At first I thought it looked really dorky having this funny outline of seat buttons there, but when you do need to jump in and out of a few different cars and move the seat around, it's quite a convenient way to do it.
So Dave, I really enjoy driving this car. It's really comfortable, and it's got quite a bit of punch. There's no lag, so it really goes off. You feel really confident, especially changing lanes with lots of cars, and the 9-speed automatic transmission is quite impressive as well. It's quite seamless.
Yeah, and you've got all-wheel drive as well, which is always a great thing. In an SUV, I think you almost need to have it to back up the looks, but it gives you a bit more confidence on the road too.
Yeah, the other thing that really impressed me was the fuel efficiency.
Yeah, the diesel engine in this car uses just 5.8 litres per 100 kilometres officially, maybe a little more in the real world, and that's certainly an impressive number. Getting a big car like this under 6 litres is very impressive.
Absolutely, I have to agree with you there. One thing though, and this is probably just a personal thing, is I'm not sure about the gears being up here. I know it's standard with Mercedes, but if you've got a second car in the family, you might get a bit confused. So you've got to be really mindful when you're driving this car to make sure that you're going to indicate properly.
Yep, I've certainly done that before. The first couple of times I drove a Merc, I knocked it into neutral while putting the blinkers on to turn left. Not the suave move that you want to make in a new Mercedes, but
we haven't done it in this car.
No, we haven't done it in this one, and it's certainly something that you can grow to live with. I know you're not really a fan of the sat-nav system and that sort of thing in the Benz, and I've found that the more time you spend with these sort of cars, the more accustomed you get to them and the easier it becomes.
Yeah, look, I think they're fairly minor things. Overall, it's I'm just so impressed with this car.
It is lovely, and for me, one of the big differences between the coupe and the standard GLC wagon is in the suspension. So the standard GLC wagon has steel springs with conventional shock absorbers, whereas this car has clever multi-mode suspension. So there's a dynamic switch down here, where if you stick it in comfort mode, it rides very smoothly, but if you want to have a bit of a go, you can bump it up to Sport Plus mode and the car feels tauter and firmer and ready to go. It really suits its sporting personality.
Yeah, I have to admit I did put it in that mode and it was quite a lot of fun. I have to say, Dave, this is one of the nicest Mercedes I've driven. I haven't always been impressed, but this one has converted me. I really love the look.
That's funny, because this kind of SUV coupe body style doesn't really work for me, although I am really impressed by the way this car drives. And certainly there is a massive market for this type of car.
Yep, I think this one is one for the ladies, and I'm going to be first in line.